Welcome to the channel. If you're a fan of Formula One, you would have observed that the 2021 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix featured two controversial red flags. In this video, we will talk about Formula One red flag rules and regulations and discuss why these rules might need to be changed. Let's get started. According to the FIA, Formula One cars can be worked on after they have stopped in the pits following a red flag. The work that may be performed on the car is restricted to the following items: starting the engine, adding compressed gases, fitting or removing permitted cooling and heating devices, changing the air ducts around the front and rear brakes, changes to the radiator ducts, changes made for driver comfort, changing wheels and tires, repairing genuine accident damage, and changing the aerodynamic setup of the front wing. At first glance, these rules appear to be fair since all teams can make these changes. However, a closer look at common racing scenarios shows us that these rules are not entirely equitable. Let's look at an example. Assume the following scenario. Cars A, B, C, and D are all racing each other, and car B and C decide to take a pit stop on lap 20. Assuming a pit stop loses 20 seconds, the racing order now becomes A, D, B, and C. If D decides to take a pit stop 5 laps later, the lap 25 racing order is back to A, B, C, and D. By lap 35, B, C, and D have closed the gap because A's tires are getting old and falling off the pace. Now, under normal racing conditions, if A were to take a pit stop at lap 35, he would come out behind cars B, C, and D. However, he would have much fresher tires to attempt to overtake them. Now assume that there's a red flag in lap 35. Per the FIA rules, car A can change tires and maintain position. When the race restarts, car A will maintain the lead and have brand new tires, which would give him a great restart off the line. He essentially got a totally free pit stop worth 20 seconds in race time. B, C, and D lost position to A for no fault of their own. This is definitely a little unfair. Now let's look at another scenario. Let's assume that A, B, C, and D are racing each other again. The driver of car C makes a mistake and goes into the barrier. He suffers some aerodynamic damage to his car, which makes him 5 seconds slower per lap. Now assume that within 1 lap of this incident, there's another incident which causes a red flag. Now car C can go into the pit lane and get his car repaired under the red flag conditions. When the race resumes, he maintains his position, has a repaired car, and has a new set of tires. Under normal racing conditions, car C would have lost at least 30 to 40 seconds of race time. He would have had to take a pit stop where the crew would have to analyze the car and try to make their best attempt to repair the car while other cars were racing by at full speed. A classic example of this occurred at the 2021 Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. While chasing Verstappen through traffic for the lead, Hamilton got it all wrong as he tried to go around the outside of George Russell and ended up sliding into the gravel after venturing onto a damp patch. Hamilton was able to keep his car going but suffered some front wing damage in the process. Soon after the incident, a collision between George Russell and Valtteri Bottas brought out the red flags, sending Hamilton and the remaining runners back to the pit lane. The Mercedes crew was able to fix Hamilton's car under red flag conditions, and he was able to restart the race just outside of point scoring position. Hamilton finished the race P2. If there was no red flag, Hamilton might have finished outside the points. This P2 finish has proven to be critical in this year's close championship battle. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think that teams should be allowed to change tires and repair the car under red flag conditions? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like this video and consider subscribing to the channel for more great Formula One content.